Hey guys, here we are. We are at the 101 Travel Plaza. It says barbecue here. I don't think they do barbecue though. I think they're closed down. So we run in here and take a peek in here real quick. Looks like I'm 8 miles away from Cedar Grove. It's kind of nice to find a truck stop out here that had plenty of parking. And it was a lot of trucks in here when I showed up last night. Like that's the restaurant.
Hello.
Hi.
Shame on you. I'm telling you.
Oh my god.
All right.
Nice little restaurant. I don't have the time. I want to grab something to eat. Tennessee stash. It's kind of like a little mini grocery store too. Well, I think I'll let you guys go. I'm going to use the bathrooms. Well, there we go, guys. We are done with our 10-hour break. We have done our pre-trip. Everything checks out good. It is 10:32 a.m. Just so you guys know, I always go off at Central Time. The only thing confusing about this whole deal, doing what I'm doing, is that it looks like he's got his son riding with him. Doing this with ADL is I deliver in about 3 different time zones, pick up and stuff. And I live in Central Time Zone, so that's what I'm used to. And then my logbooks, they go off of Eastern Time Zone because the office is out there in Maryland. So it's like once in a while, it's like, what time is it? But it is 10:33 a.m. We're jumping onto 40 eastbound and making our way. It is 79 degrees. We got a truck up here on the shoulder. Tight. Don't want to be tight. There we go. We got him some room. It's kind of a bad spot to be, buddy. Temperature gauge is jumping down to 78. Thinking it's probably going to be around about 76 or so. Cloudy day, a little bit of rain. When you're parked like that, your temperature gauge kind of picks up heat from the truck, from the engine and everything else, and so it kind of makes it a little bit warmer than what it actually is. We are on our way to Manchester, Pennsylvania. Trying to get my speed up to par here. And it is showing, my phone GPS is showing 845 miles to our destination. So we got some miles to do. Go. We are at cruising speed, 72 miles an hour, rolling 40 east. What else is going on? Not a ton of things. Pretty calm morning. I did see JBG Travel's video that he put out. I almost broke my leg. I typed a comment on there and I said, watch your skirt. And he sent me a text message about it. And he's like, what's that about? And that's something that me and my brothers, we always said. I don't know where it came from, but we used to go skiing a lot. Me and my brother, we used to do a lot of skiing when I was younger. And I was actually really good at it, but we'd be up on the chairlifts, you know, getting up the hill or whatever, and somebody would wipe out right underneath the chairlifts. I don't know how it started or what, but we'd always yell down, "Watch your skirt!" You know, like your skirt's up in the air or whatever. So I don't know. I said to him, he confused it for a minute, then I explained it to him, and then he was like, "Oh, that's funny." I have skied up quite a different places. I've all over Wisconsin, up in the UP, you know, up by Indian Head and that. I've been up there quite a bit. I used to do a once-a-year trip with our church group, and we used to go up there. Man, it was, I bet you 50 kids would go up there. We go up there for like 4 or 5 days skiing. That was always fun. They had a neat, you know, it was a pretty good size ski hill. It wasn't like a Colorado or something like that ski hill, but it was a pretty good size one. And they had some pretty good runs, some pretty good mogul runs, pretty difficult stuff. And then all the way over on the west side of the mountain, go over, and it was all double black diamond stuff. And if you go way over there, there was this really steep mogul run that you go down. And over on the left of that run, there was a cliff drop. And if you did it just right, you could go up the side of this little mountain thing on the side of that moguls, and you could get way up into these trees, and it was all fresh snow. They didn't groom, it was just all up through the trees, and you kind of had to weave your way through it as you flew up in there. You had to have a bunch of speed to get up in there far. And then once you got up there as far as you could, and you stopped, and you kind of turned around, aimed yourself off, and there was a cliff that was maybe probably about a 20-foot drop. And it was just a sheer drop, and it was this rock cliff, and right on the bottom of there, they couldn't groom over there, so it'd always be 4, 5, 6 feet of snow. And we would, you turn around, and then you just kind of weave through the trees and get some speed, and you come off in there, and we'd do flips and whatever. If you cracked up, you just poof into a big mountain of snow, you know, fluffy snow. So we used to have a lot of fun doing that up there. Used to ski out in Vail, Colorado quite a bit. Used to go out there, steamboat, all that stuff. Haven't been out there for a while. Been out to Vermont. Used to do that quite a bit. Just traveling around, visiting family, and it's like, hey, there's a ski hill here, so we'd all go skiing. And the last time that I went skiing, I took my daughters and everything, and I taught them how to ski on a smaller hill in Wisconsin. Took them out there and gave some lessons. There was some funny times with that. My youngest daughter, Allie, I think she was maybe 8, 10, somewhere like that. And, you know, basically you just kind of teach them to snowplow and then how to, you know, take pressure off of one ski to turn and stuff, just basic stuff like this. And she was doing really good on a bunny hill and stuff. And I said, okay, I'll take each one of you one time, you know, one by one, I'll take you up on the next size hill. And we'll let you guys experience that stuff, because they were doing really well and everything. And it was my youngest daughter, I took her up there, and it was a rope that you hung onto and it would pull you up. And I told her, I said, we're going to go halfway, and then we're going to jump off. So that way we're not all the way at the top. I said, we're just going to do half the run. And I told her, just do what I do, just follow me. And went up halfway, and I turned off the rope and just let it go. And I came off next to the thing there, and she followed me and jumped off, and she was standing there, and I said, okay, cool, good job. And I said, just remember, we're keeping it slow. I said, so nice turns, back and forth, back and forth. And she took off. She turned. I said, okay, just gotta slowly turn. And I said, so start to go down. And she's turned, and she started going down. And she didn't do anything. She just went straight down. And I started to take off, and then I realized, oh, she's really starting to go. And I tried speeding up, and I caught up to her finally. And I'm like yelling at her. I'm like, you know, snowplow more. And I'm yelling at her. And I look over at her, and her eyes were about the size of about silver dollars. It was just, her eyes were just bugging out. She was just looking straight ahead. She couldn't hear nothing. She didn't know nothing. All knew she knew she was going straight down that hill. And I thought about cutting in front of her and, you know, jumping in front of her and then snowplow myself and kind of catching her and stuff. And I was thinking about doing that. And all of a sudden I looked down, and we were almost at the bottom, and down at the bottom it had like a little runoff bowl, and down there was a line that was crossing our path that was the people waiting to get on a ski lift. And I yelled really loud, I'm like, watch out! And everybody saw it, and everybody kind of moved, and my daughter, right between a hole. And went right between the hole, and then it kind of sloped up a little bit, and then she slowed down, and she was able to stop. And I came up next to her and stuff, and I said, you okay? You okay? And I was afraid, you know, that that was gonna frighten her, and she wouldn't want to ski anymore. And she was like, yeah. And I says, boy, you were going a little fast, weren't you? She was like, that was cool, let's do it again. I just had to explain to her, you got to slow down. She just didn't have all the skills of turning, you know. I got a car on my left, truck on my in front of me, and they're all going slow and nobody will move. So we'll put the blinker on and let everybody know Larry's coming out. Oh, now the car up there. Now the gray car decided, oh, hey, I better go. So we're just driving eastbound through Tennessee. Black car hasn't decided, well, we're gonna go over there. No, guess not. And just like usual, now the white truck's gonna go fast. But anywho, the last time that I went skiing, I took my daughters. I had taught them, we've been skiing a few times. They had a really good handle on it and everything else. And I said, okay, let's go to Indian Head. It's a lot bigger of a hill. We'll go up there for a few days. You know, rent a little cabin up there and everything and have a good time. So we planned this whole trip out, had the rental all secured, everything all good to go. And I was a mechanic over at Schwinn Trucking. And I was working on his reefer, changing the oil and stuff like that. I think I was doing service. And I had a ladder up into the front of it to climb up and down and everything. And I was climbing up and I got up about, I went kind of running up the ladder about 3-4 steps. And my foot, I missed the ladder rung or whatever, and my foot went between it. And I went flying backwards, and the ladder came with me. My legs were wrapped in the ladder, and I fell on the ground, and everything fell over, and I messed up my ankle really bad. Now the truck's slowed way down. I had a white pickup. And I hobbled out there, and I went to the hospital, and they x-rayed and everything else. And I had a hairline fracture right above the ankle where the joint is. And they put me in a boot and stuff, and they said, yeah, you don't need cast or nothing, you put in a boot. And they said, yeah, it's gonna swell up really bad, so stick it in the air, put some ice on it, blah, 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 all that stuff. Well, guess what? This was 2 days before our ski trip. And I came back to work. After I left the hospital, I came back to work, told the boss what was going on, and his wife was there, and you know, and we all knew each other, and you know, grew up in that area and everything. And his wife was, you know, knew that I was going on a ski trip and everything, and she goes, "Well, I guess you're not skiing, huh?" And I looked at her and I said, "Well, you know what? I got everything rented, everything's gonna pay." I says, "I'm going skiing." And she looked at me, she's like, "How are you gonna go skiing?" I said, "Well, you know, the boot's almost like a cast." I said, "So I think it'll be fine." So what I did is I left, and I told my wife, I said, "We're going skiing yet?" She's like, "No, we're not." I said, "Yes, we are." And I told her, I says, "I just have to get my foot into the boot. Once it's in the boot, locked up," I says, "it'll be good." So I had a pair of skis myself and had my own ski boots and everything. And I tried to put my boot on. There was just no way. My foot was just so swelled up. There was no way I was going to fit. So I ran around Fond du Lac, Sheboygan. I ran all around to all the different ski places where they rent ski equipment. And I kept Yep, and basically what I ended up doing is I found a place in Fond du Lac that had a size 16 ski boot. It was the biggest anyone had. I went over to Sheboygan, so we lived closer there, and I think the biggest anybody had was a 14 or something like that. And I would try them on, and I just couldn't get in there. And every shop that we go to, they just look at me and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm going skiing, so I need to fit this into a boot." They just shake their head. They're like, "You're crazy." I'm like, "Well, I gotta do what I gotta do." And I ended up driving. I called over to a place in Fond du Lac, and I asked them, "What's the biggest size ski boot you got?" Came back. Oh man, I ran all the way over there, and I tried it on, and I could just barely get that in there, get it buckled. And I says, "This will work." I said, "Can you fit it to my skis?" And I had my skis long, and he was like, "Sure." And so I said, "Well, I want to wear my boot on the other leg," so, you know, and I brought it along. So he fitted everything all up for me. And he said, "Well, best of luck." And we drove on up there, and everything was good. We got up there, got all checked in, and we went out for our first day of skiing. And I put my skis, put my boot on, and we went out, we went skiing. And there was no pain or nothing else. It was good. It was like I was wearing a cast. The ski boots, they hold everything, you know. They're all hard-sided and stuff. So it held everything in, and it was good. I was able to ski just fine. I did a few tricks for my kids, you know, showing off a little bit, you know, my younger days. And everything was good. We skied all day long, and nighttime came, and we went back to our little cabin. And I went to pull my ski boot off, and my foot had swelled up even more, and now I couldn't get the boot off. So, we were up there for 3 days, and for 3 days I wore that boot. I never took it off. I would sleep in the bed, and I would just let the boot hang out of the covers. And then finally on the 3rd day, when we got to the car, I packed ice. We bought some bags of ice, and I just packed ice all around that boot. And sat there like that all the way home. And when we got home, we sat there messing with it, and finally got the pop off of her. Yeah, I'm not the smartest bulb sometimes. I do stupid things. But it was a good time. And my kids still talk about that trip once in a while. We had a lot of fun there. So yeah, haven't done that stuff for years though. I'd be afraid now to go out there. I think things would bend and they're not supposed to bend. There's Wally Mo Trailers. Loretta Lynn's Ranch and Kitchen. So, I guess I shall let you guys go. Just rolling 40 east.